All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Esk8Exchange, the show where we talk about MBoards, Esk8Con, really just the Esk8 industry as a whole. And I'm laughing right now because this is literally take 4 of our podcast.
Whoever made up the saying third time is a charm is a liar and a fat mouth, bro, because the third time was not a charm.
So, James, Jacob, thank you for being here. So, our first take, I just messed up our first take, my little intro there. So, I was like, all right, I'll do it a second time. Second time was pretty good. Power goes out.
Bam.
Right? So then we get it all set up again. I say my intro for a third time, and I realized because the power went out, it reset a couple of my buttons on my soundboard, which means our microphones we could hear them, but weren't actually recording anything.
Oh, man.
So now this is number 4.
We're just talking like this and waving our arms.
Hey, hi.
Yes.
Hey.
No audio.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
So anyways, today's is a fun episode because we had kind of an unusual week. So, a little bit more out of the ordinary. Jacob and I had the opportunity to go to CES this week.
Mm-hmm.
It comes here every year. Come to find out, CES does $1 billion in revenue.
That's wild.
For a week of, I'm sure there's more like throughout the year and stuff, but like mainly an event a year.
Crazy.
Wild. But we finally got to go. Like, again, I've been here for over 20 years. I've lived here for over 20 years. I've never been, mainly because like you can't just go. Like locals can't just go. You have to be like invited through a company,
and you gotta pay
or you can pay a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah, I was
going to say
pay a lot
of money if you're sort of industry related, which we would qualify. But I think the tickets were $495.
They were not
bonkers.
Not cheap. But you know what though? They're not. It wasn't cheap. But if you're really into that, I do think the price is probably warranted because there's so much shit to do. Jacob and I we were able to go from like by the time we got in, it was like 11 and we stayed till like 4 or something. So it was like 5 hours
nonstop.
And we were like, oh, 5 hours is gonna be great. It was great, but we did not see a fraction of what was there. Wild shit.
Could we ever host Esk8Con in there?
In the convention center? Yeah. So the convention center, it's not really cost prohibitive.
Okay.
We can do it there.
Like skating in there, size wise, like the convention.
The only issue is it's all polished concrete.
Yeah,
so nothing we want.
You're gonna die as soon as we race on.
Yeah, like a generic EV or PEV convention where you're gonna check things out and maybe kind of like ride things in a straight line, no problem. But if you're gonna race, no way.
Okay.
I would say probably not.
Okay.
But again, though, CES though absolutely massive. So Jacob and I we went to kind of pay our some associates, I guess, a visit. They've been kind enough to provide cells to us. So they were actually ones who invited us.
Right.
And then we also got to kind of check out, like, I would say like the PEV corner, right? Like all the PEVs were there.
There's a whole other like wing though.
It's a whole other wing.
Go to a different. We
took a bus all the way over there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it took us like 45 minutes.
How many electric skateboard companies were there?
As far as I know, just one.
Yeah, there were definitely a few scooters. There were some bikes, but skateboards, I only saw
just Meepo.
Just Meepo. Just Kieran and Meepo.
So that was our other second stop we really wanted to do was, stop by Meepo, meet Kieran, which we met him, and he is super cool guy.
Yeah,
like,
cool
that's
so
word
nice.
Word on the streets.
He clearly cares about the industry, his business, all that. He's super cool. And we wanted to just stop by and thank him for being the headline sponsor for Esk8Con as well. So, again, Meepo, thank you for your support. Esk8Con will certainly have a few more Meepo logos around it this year. So it's been great. But yeah, it's been super cool meeting him. And then I didn't get a picture with him, but Jared from BKB Build Kit Boards was there as well, helping Kieran out at the Meepo booth. So that was interesting. It's so fun to see like all these business owners standing in a circle, like like we got MBoards, BKB, and Meepo.
Imagine
like all together.
First day of Esk8Con, bro, when it's like finally rolling, or maybe that night when we all are kind of relaxing, industry night when we're all sitting around. Well, I'll probably be. I don't think I'll be in
industry night's weird. For me,
yeah.
Well, it was weird. Yeah, we were all there for industry.
Yeah,
night
it's weird because it's just the vendors there, so it's not all the attendees. It's just a moment for it's the calm before the storm. All of the vendors get together. We kind of have some like cocktails and like picky food
and some burgers.
And we get to talk to each other like as just business owners. And it's just strange to look around the room and go, that's the owner of this, that's the owner of that. Like how much of the industry is sitting in that room at one time? It's scary. It's like it's just bizarre. Cool. But anyway, so Kieran, again, thank you for being cool, and thank you for taking the time to chat with us and take time away from prospective buyers at CES to kind of hang out with us. So that was pretty cool.
I think it'll be interesting to kind of see like how he can compare Esk8Con to CES, right? Like same idea, you could say it, but like it's going to be a totally different experience.
Yeah,
right.
They were allowing people to test ride, on the convention floor, but it was like 15 feet. You go forward, you just have to go backwards. Nobody turns.
There's no hitting speed. There's no turning.
No. And people are in like dress shoes. And,
right.
All kinds of different people roll through here. So now it's going to be a live event where his boards are going to be constantly coming and going. They're going to be on the tracks. He's going to get real feedback from people. And like
he's probably going to get on the track, bro.
He's going to be like treated like a celebrity.
Yeah, for sure,
dude. Very well known. Whether you like him or you hate him, you see people, you recognize them.
Yeah, you got to recognize the bosses in the game, bro. You can't help but be
somewhat, awestruck when you like they've made it to a point of, that nobody else has.
We've not to say Esk8Con is being compared to CES at all. No, it is not. But here's what I'll say though. General like CES or General Electric expos, what we feel like we have over all of those is, do you get more eyeballs at CES? Absolutely. Okay. But the quality of eyeballs are significantly better at our event. Like that everyone coming to your booth skates and is interested in your product.
They're coming with scrutiny already. Like they're already skeptical, or they're already looking for something. Ooh, I don't like how you did this. Well, guess what? Talk to the dude now.
Now's your time for engagement.
See what he has to say.
But versus CES, you might get 1,000 businessmen walk through your booth, but one of them might actually buy a board. Maybe,
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's just, I think it's interesting to see, like, that's kind of, I feel like how Esk8Con stands out, and that's the value behind, like, I think that's the value that we provide to the vendors, but that's our opinion.
We've kept it small, we've kept it tight, but yeah, it'll be cool to see kind of what his feedback is of from that experience to going to ours.
I mean, we'll be able to take the Hurricane and the new boards they're coming out with and actually hit top speed on the track. Like, I think that's like really cool. Speaking of track, I think the other thing that we did this week, so CES was cool, but this is there's a lot better coverage on CES if you're interested in that.
Yeah, just get on.
There was a cool flying car though.
There was a flying car from Xpeng.
So could you guys get out of the Tesla in the tunnel thing if you wanted to, bro? Like if we wanted to get out with a couple Interstellars and fucking sneak behind it, bro, and skate down, like it ain't happening. No, never mind.
No. So so when we went to CES, all right, one more thing about CES. I was really hoping that we could do the Tesla loop, the Vegas loop. I had never been in the tunnels yet. Like it's been here for years. I've never done it yet. And I was like, I hope I get to do that. I don't know like where we got to do
anything.
I had no idea.
You can't really figure it out if you look it up.
No idea.
It doesn't make any sense. And everything that they told us it was going to be, I'm sorry, it isn't yet. It's not automated. You can't take your own car down there.
Yeah. Because you're right.
It's like a bus station.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were hoping we got to do that, and we got to do it like 5 times.
Yeah.
We kept riding that thing all over the place, bro.
You guys were kids in amusement parks. I want to go on the ride again.
Nobody really knew where any of the cars were going, so you were supposed to go to like certain stalls. So they'd point us, we'd get in, and the driver would say, "Where are you headed?" And we're like, "Oh, we're going to south." And she's like, "Well, is that this?" I'm like, I don't know. It's south. Like they told us to go to south, and they're like, "Well, what about central?" I'm like, "I don't know. What's that central?" Like,
right,
dude. Like, well, I don't normally go to this one, but I'll take you anyway.
I had to get out though, dude. I was like itching to get out because like Jacob and I both drive Teslas, so like we know a lot about them, and we had Jacob and I were in the back seat. A random guy who was in the front seat and was asking the driver all these questions about Tesla, and dude, she had. Like was all wrong. Like they were. I don't know if she was being purposeful about it because she seemed like she had like a chip on her shoulder about Elon. But holy shit, bro, she just did have none of it right.
Okay, and I'm just Mike's in this closed-in tunnel in this small little car sharing it, and you can just feel him like.
You stop saying this stuff. I can't believe you didn't say nothing, bro.
He did, but
did you?
A little bit.
It was very low.
Did you just chime in and be like,
I corrected a couple of facts that were just very flagrantly wrong. But it was just like one of them was about like charge time. I'm like, our cars do not take 14 hours to charge.
Jesus Christ.
That's what she's told the guy. I was like, no way. But anyway,
she had no idea, and she was just off the cuff, bro, making shit up and doing a horrible job.
Yeah.
Anyways, the other driver, like we had great drivers. Like it was very much though like almost like being in an amusement park. You stand in line to get in a car. Like it was just.
Aren't the walls like this far away from the Tesla?
They're very close.
Close. I think just enough that you could open a door and get somebody out in case of emergency.
Yeah. I think you can get the doors open. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Okay, so anyways,
let's get on to our other shit,
let's get into. It's 10 minutes in. We've yet to talk about skateboard. Well, we talked about a little bit of skateboards, but okay. So now what makes today special? We're filming on a Thursday, but while we were at CES, we got our timing system delivered.
Yeah,
we couldn't play with it right away because we were again out and about on a field trip. But we broke it out today, and it went pretty well. Like there's clearly things we have to do and like some adjustments, like figuring out the sensitivity and all that. But we made this. I mean, the contraption we have built
looks so ghetto. Bro.
First of all, let me take you through how this system works first before you look at it.
Yeah.
So it works by we put these like RFID stickers on our helmet. So like this is what they look like. They're like you guys can't see, but
little stickers.
You guys know what they look like.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's these little stickers. They're this is in this picture. There's 4 of them, but you stick them on your helmet. You program like the actual bib number onto the sticker, and you go underneath a square panel, pretty much. Like there's these big antennas, but they're these big like 1x1 panels, and and it like reads the RFID chips like as they go by. So it's pretty simple system. But what I find super like fascinating is how we can like program numbers onto what seems like a piece of paper.
Right.
Like
basically,
it doesn't. They're totally flat. Like it doesn't look like anything but a sticker.
Barcode, there's nothing
there's
weird
no
about it.
like it's not rigid. There's no like
like
wires
a piece
inside.
Of
like
foil
it's
that's on
wild.
a piece of tape, bro.
So that just blows my mind that we can just like program things in paper or what feels like paper. So anyway, that's super cool. But we'll show you guys what
our
what
method
this
around
looks like.
our method around contraption.
This footage is a little overexposed because it was in the shade and it was on iPhones, but whatever, you guys get the difference. But we use this backdrop stand, and we just like strung them up there, right? It's
Zip
totally
ties,
super ghetto, right?
Duct tape.
But this is like a backdrop stand we would use to like shoot product photos on. Like it's not meant for this. It's a little heavy. You can see that it's like sagging a little bit.
A little bit.
But we wanted to just test it. We wanted to just like put it up there somehow and start riding boards under it just to make sure it all worked properly. And if it wasn't going to work, we needed to return it all and get something different. But it works. So like here's kind of like what it looks like. You can see the panels, the wiring. It's it's not the best looking thing in the world.
It'll look a lot better for
like
Esk8Con,
the first test though.
Yeah,
right.
We're just
So
testing.
don't judge us.
Does
on
everything
looks,
at least work at this point?
Right.
So that way we don't say, well, this panel just is not picking up anything, or nothing is picking. Like we're getting signals now. We get to refine the whole system and how
it works.
Yeah, we were never planning on
fast.
using that crossbar.
No.
That was just temp. Like we have this beautiful like. We're about to buy this beautiful.
Don't tell them. Surprise them. Surprise them.
We'll
You guys
talk
will
about
see.
it.
Oh, okay.
Big truss, like lighting. Like if you go to a concert, the big
Like a
lighting
big aluminum
trusses.
truss. Yeah.
That's what we'll use. We'll put all the wiring like through the trusses. We'll have all the panels mounted so we can adjust them with the mounts and stuff, and have all the wiring nice and clean. And then we should be able to put banners around the whole thing so you can't even see any of it. That's the goal. But
look nice and pretty.
It should look pretty good. Yeah. So we had James run through it a few times. Again, they're just like sitting up there. They're not.
Is this showing its speed?
Yeah, you can't really. You guys can kind of see there, but this is just a quick little clip.
So in the beginning, we were like, "All right, James, we needed to do like some like sort of simulated laps. So go around the parking lot.
Yep.
And just make sure you maintain your speed as you go." And he goes, "Okay." Takes it all the way to the end. Like I'm like, whoa, bro, you didn't have to go fast, but I know that
we needed to make sure that it worked at 30 miles an hour, bro.
Yeah. So, and then you can see like,
but the
just
footage
like
I'm not going
up
30.
They're like dangling up there. Like they're not. They're not really good. So what we did then was.
So it was, but the good thing was it was still picking stuff up, but it was just very inconsistent,
Yep. And then we went through and taped them all so they were totally facing vertically.
We slapped like 4 on the helmet, and we had multiple in people's hands, and
again, this does not look pretty, but it started working much better now that we were able to face them down.
Straight down.
The issue is
episode of Step Brothers.
Right?
I put honey, or what do you put? I put glue on a bee.
Oh yeah, worldwide, wide.
The mounts that we're using here are the right size for a truss, not the right size for this bar. So all of a sudden they were just like droopy, like they weren't. Really the mounts weren't really working properly. But anyway, so that's kind of what that looks like. And then we wanted to see, okay, Do they work with a whole bunch of riders going in at the same time? So we all kind of like ran underneath there.
I was not running.
No, you were on a board, of course.
I was not running. Nope. But work smarter, not harder.
It worked.
Yeah.
Like,
bing,
you know,
bing, bing.
It worked. It was what it was. But so now what we're going to do is bring this whole setup to an intro to speed and like go
test
from
it
there.
Out at speeds and angles and time after time after time after time after time.
Right. So we'll see how it goes. What was nice though is the numbering and the programming and like the timing worked perfectly. Like it was showing us exactly like which lap was the fastest. Like it would automatically take the fastest lap and post that as your result. So you don't even have to dig through all your laps and find it. It'll automatically submit the fastest lap, which is
perfect.
Very, very cool.
And then we can put, and then you were talking earlier about programming. So programming them so we can put in names and or aliases. If you want to, when you sign up.
When they go to the race booth, when they sign in, they'll give a name, and I don't care if it's your name or your handle.
As long as it's not gonna get you in a meeting with HR, you can have it on your thing.
You know, like pineapple from across
nothing provocative or anything like that.
I mean,
pineapple.
I would say don't just pick a random nickname. Like use your name or like
Instagram
or your Instagram handle or
your
something
YouTube
that people know. Like I would prefer everyone's first and last name. That's what I would prefer. But if nobody knows you by your first and last name, then
not a number. You can't be Michael Jordan and be number 23 and wear number 65.
Oh yeah, no numbers.
That's
confusing.
Number 23, number 50.
Yeah.
Like, what? What is?
Yeah.
Who?
So I would say we'll try to get everyone to just do their names.
Yeah, there might just be. I know that there's a couple of people that would like to.
It's probably going to be my wife writing them down, so I'd imagine they'll be fairly appropriate. You're gonna have to tell her.
Yeah, Tiny's gonna be like,
she will give you.
Try again.
She will tell you no.
Try again.
Next
name. What's your? What else you got?
Why don't you go to the end of the line and think about that?
Dumbass said what?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I mean, it's not the cheapest piece of equipment we've ever bought, but I'm excited to have it. We'll see how it ends up working out.
To make sure it's just dialed.
Yeah, we have 2 weeks to get it dialed in. Otherwise, we got to return it.
And I have a feeling we'll be working on this probably every day.
Yeah,
even when it's dialed, like there's just
we need to just
little
make
nuances. We need to make it fail as much as we possibly can
and figure out how to solve the failures.
How to solve every single failure.
Yep. So we want to get the trust in as soon as we can, just so we can build that out and build it how it's really going to be. Like we don't want to test it all in a certain way and then make it like pretty in the in real life and then or in the event, and then like something weird, the banners or something blocks the signal or something weird that we're not thinking of. Like I don't know. So we'll figure all that out. But so far so good. And
then after this 2 weeks, we then have 3 months.
3 months to really dial.
We only say it's 2 weeks because that's how long we have to return it.
Yeah, that's a return window.
It's crap. So not it's crap, but it's just
if it's not going to work for us,
there may be some tweaks that need to be made, and the company has been super cool about saying, try it out. If you need something different, then we'll do something different. But I they were very convinced that this was the right system.
Yeah, like I talked to them a lot, and I told them I told them we were going to do go-karts because I figured I don't need to explain to them what. Doesn't matter. It's the same difference.
Yeah, perfect.
Same. But like, they gave me a whole list. It's like the MBoards of RFID shit, right? It's like people who build out their own systems.
Oh yeah, the DIY company.
That's what we end up doing.
Okay.
Because seriously, we were gonna like rent out like a nice like I'll say a legit timing system. Whatever you want to call that.
That was going to cost.
It was to rent it was going to cost us like 10 G's.
Fuck me, dude.
I was like,
no.
I was just like, that.
You can't even take that price home to wifey and try to ask her if that's okay.
That's for 1 weekend.
Yeah.
And it really only matters for qualifying.
Right.
Think about that. It only matters just so you
we use it for a day.
Yeah, that's why we have this. Is just for qualifying.
We'll use a stopwatch.
We'll continue to use it, I think, during heats. Just that way it'll count our laps. But we may not though. Like if it's too complicated to fill out all the software, like eventually the software will just get in the way of the event versus aiding the event, and we don't want to make sure we're not doing shit like that. So, but otherwise though, like. And
then what's nice is that we found out that this is just as good. This system is just as good, if not better, than a human would do it. Because I hit some laps, and we had you and Joe. We're both sitting there with your phones. and timers and everything, and I would go hit, and you guys would each try to time me right when I came through, and that thing was like 0.05 seconds better than how a human would do it. But we pretty much came down to there's like
we were curious to see like how bad is like when we do this like last year we did stopwatches. We're like, what's the variable? So like me and Joe were timing at the same time, and Joe and I were a half second apart from each other.
Yep, because there would be a time where you would get it like
a little early, and he'd catch you a little late.
Exactly, and then the RFID system would catch me right in the middle of both those, bro.
Yep.
And the way that qualifiers work, it needs to trigger properly for 4.
Yep.
That's our starting baseline,
and so far we've had to handle like 8 at one.
And that's
time.
like literally 4 going through at the same time. The way we're testing it is not at all how
it's supposed to go.
We're walking through with all 8 sensors at once
next to each other.
It's just going. You hear it all at once, and the time is from the first one to the last one is point zeros. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, close enough.
We're just
it's closer than a human can do it.
For sure, dude. And better. And now it's logged in a database that we can access on a computer, dude. So it's awesome. I think
the biggest deal is the automatic sorting. Like it just sorts first place to last place like
makes
right away.
It so much better, safer.
So here's something that Joe was discussing with me. So and I'll put this out in the universe just to hear what people think. Again, we might do whatever we want anyways, but we'll hear you out. Joe thinks we should not publish. So we have the option to publish live results.
Yes.
Big TV, have all the results. The moment they cross the line, you know what their time is. Joe says that he's worried that people will use that. The later you go, the more advantage you have to know what time you need to hit to be in whatever class you want to be in. I kind of agree with him. So he was saying, don't publish results until we're done. What do you guys think about that?
It's a tricky one.
Damn,
that's a tricky one
because
the person who goes last is going to get his pick. Given that he can race fast enough, but he can.
But like, so how would somebody calculate their time? I guess
that's the question. How could you do it?
Take your lap time? I guess you'd have to hit
a watch on your wrist. I don't know.
How many people have DeVega is number one. How many? People
you could do it at your watch.
Yeah, but
start a stopwatch on your Apple Watch.
Have you ever tried to skate at 35 miles an hour and look down at your wristwatch, bro?
I'm just saying.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think of the ways that you could do.
I honestly don't think that there is anything that would benefit anybody from knowing the lap time unless you were like, well,
people that might want to race down.
Yeah, maybe if you wanted to race down, but there's going to be so many people racing that
this is what's going to happen. Someone's going to try to race down, and they're going to
race hardcore,
and they're gonna drop like multiple classes on accident,
and then they're gonna get called out like immediately.
Yeah, they're gonna like, I don't want to be pro, and they're gonna drop themselves all the way down to sportsman on accident.
And then you're gonna get DQ'd because all it's gonna take is 2 or 3 people to contest you, and you're done for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck around and find out.
So then my thought was, what if we published?
Does it matter?
I know that's
does the timing matter? Because ultimately,
I say it don't matter.
No matter what, on Saturday you are going to be put into the group that your timing was. So it's like it's either jibber jabber about it all day, and it's who's got swinging the biggest dick about who got what qualifying time, or it's we all get to find out at the same time.
I think a lot of people are more going to be trying to. I think more people are going to be trying to push harder, bro, because they want to prove something. Nobody's going to. Really
I think the vast majority are really trying to prove.
Yeah, everybody that's showing up is trying to prove.
All we're going to have they're going to be like teenage kids coming over to the booth. Yeah. Hey, what did I get?
That's the thing.
Tell me my time real quick. No, fuck off, bro.
Can you just tell me my time?
And that's the thing that's going to happen is people are going to want another time.
My wife's going to slap the shit out of you.
Yeah,
not you.
No.
You for coming over.
So that's the other thing is, and then if there is an issue with the timing, and no one will be able to like be concerned about their time until after the fact, and then it's like, oh well, it's over.
Our team will contest it.
Yeah,
right.
We will see the timing if there are missed times, if there's something where you feel that it's necessary for it to be looked at.
Right.
But it shouldn't be up to the racer to say, oh, your time was wrong. I was 3 seconds faster on the
time. No. We're not doing that.
Sorry, bro. I have nothing to prove you right.
So the other idea I had was to publish the order on the screen and where they're seated at without the times there. So our computer would take all the times and then hide the actual times.
And it would just tell you what class you're in.
It tells you like the order of everybody, so you can kind of see where you're at, but you can't see any of the times.
Okay.
That was my only other thought.
That's a good compensation for that.
It'd be interesting.
I mean, it would
then you'd see just people filter in, and you have no idea what the times are.
This number made pro. This number is in sportsman. This number is in advanced.
Yep. It'd be interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
Okay.
That's not a bad.
I gotta
that's
talk
not
to
a
our
bad one,
race
dude.
director.
Yeah,
Of course,
we have
of
to run
course.
it by
And
them.
say,
He-
hey,
I think
here's
he would go for that because he doesn't want to show times at all. But I think he
Uh.
would go for my idea of like you get to kind of see
it's
generally
like a
in what order.
compensation, Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not compensation. It's a. I'm having a hard time with words. It's the
Not just
afternoon.
today,
We don't
dude.
do this.
We usually do it in the morning.
I know
man.
we do.
My
yeah.
brain is fried.
I'm
by
not.
2
I'm not.
o'clock in
I
the
like doing the
afternoon.
podcast in the afternoon, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like jazzed up, warmed up. My mouth is ready. My
I
brain
don't
is good to go.
I
Like
don't get fired back up till like 7 o'clock at night, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
You got your second wind.
Yeah.
That's when he starts sending us reels and shit.
yeah. I'm like, I have all these great business ideas, and you guys are like, dude, what is your
I'm like,
problem?
yeah, go away, dog.
It's funny.
Just need
So
that break.
it's interesting. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do the TV, but I know for sure on the TV there will be we'll have a on deck like multiple people who are on deck like who
You
are
think like one of our viewers runs like a rental business or something? You
Rental
know,
for
What-
like
rental
what?
for what?
Like a
yeah,
cons
like a
or something.
cons, you know, like some
okay.
TVs or
Oh,
something.
Listen,
TV.
Mike, you got good enough credit. We can go to cons and rent a TV for the day,
For
bro.
the week.
what the hell is cons?
What?
You never heard of cons?
What cons
No.
is like? So it's this place CONNS, and it's basically you can go in there and rent almost a whole house,
You can
bro.
rent your whole house.
Your furniture,
You want a TV for
TVs,
$28
bro,
a month? It's
Xboxes.
yours. You want a
and-
couch for
yep.
$11 a month? You
Yep.
can have it.
But you
get
have
the
to
end
pass
table for $2
Yep.
more, dude.
Yep, but you have to pass like a
Wow.
credit thing
Yeah.
and some more shit. If you have any
so
debt, bro, they
funny.
can't do it. But it's a good way to build up credit.
Oh,
you do it when
dude.
you're like younger and shit. When it's
My
your first
credit's,
house.
my credit's banging, bro. We could be fine.
I know
we
we
could
could.
be fine.
That's right. We go get 4 TVs, bro, and we could rent them for like
We're gonna
literally
get those
$20
ones
a
you
day.
put together. We saw at
They
CES.
they
Yeah.
deliver everything and they come pick it up, bro. You can get
I
insurance
could
on
literally,
shit.
I could get a TV on Amazon for $100 right now.
Okay, well,
All right.
So,
That's fine.
and then could return it after.
yeah,
Or a
that's what we're gonna do.
I wonder if we could get it on a projector. Would it show up?
I
during
would
the day?
love.
I don't know.
What would be dope is if we had like a TV in the shop just playing like a cool snowboard movie or a snowmobiling movie or a surfing movie just all day, bro.
You
Just
already
background?
do that all day.
Just-
I play Spotify. Music is always playing, and you guys know that because Jacob yelled at me today
Sometimes
and told me
it's
to turn
music
it
and
down,
mu-
dude.
Sometimes music and it was loud today.
Yeah.
It just comes right through the hall.
I
but
know.
it's all
I'm
good.
sorry, dude. I get jazzed when some fucking Billy Joel comes on, dude. My bad. Gosh.
So back to what I was trying to say.
Sorry about that.
is we will for sure have a TV there, and it'll have like who's racing, or who's qualifying, like which sessions live right now, and
Okay.
then who's on, and then the next like
Who's
2
on
or
deck.
3 sessions with all the bib numbers on deck, so they know. Oh, I gotta go and
Okay.
wait and be there ready to go.
That's
and
awesome.
Wait for my turn. Like it's not like, oh, I'm up, I better go there now. It's like, no, you need to be there and be checked in, like ready to race, like multiple sessions ahead, and stand there for 12 minutes and watch
Yeah.
3 sessions and then go race.
Yeah,
Get
and be
some
ready.
pointers.
Maybe talk a little bit of shit, dude. I don't know. You guys, you know me. I love talking my shit, dude.
That's
I like
gonna be
talking
the
shit
best,
while
like,
I'm racing behind
That's gonna
somebody,
be the
dude.
hardest time for the racers, and they're standing in line
Yep.
Yep.
with the other 3 guys in their group.
Yeah.
'Cause nobody's gonna be talking.
Yep.
They're not gonna be like, "Hey, bro, I hope
Yeah.
you do really good today."
No,
They're
I was
gonna-
like, fucking
like-
break a leg,
like,
bro.
This is when racing starts. You need to be first in your qualifying
Yeah.
class.
Uh-huh.
Right? There's 3 people you got to beat. And so those are
Yeah.
your first 3 competitors. Nobody else out there
Yeah.
matters. The other 146 don't matter.
Yep.
It's you and those 3
Those
people,
3
and
other
that's who you're
sessions.
racing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if you can't race them, just run behind them and take notes, dude.
Yep. Take
Oh,
notes.
Take
yeah.
notes,
Just
bro.
follow the steer line.
Yeah,
If you
just
think
take
there's somebody
notes.
faster, like if you can follow them, that's part of racing.
Yeah,
Just
man.
Follow 'em.
You watch any like for Supercross, bro. When they do qualifying, they let 40 dudes out on a track at a time, and they say, "All right, you guys got 20 minutes. Whatever your fastest lap is what's your qualifying time, and that gives you your gate pick."
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you missed our last week's episode, we talked all about our race
Rules.
rules.
Listen, I got a bone to pick with anybody that's missing last week's episode. All right.
It's actually not one of our highest viewed episodes.
No,
so
but it's a good one because it's got some.
It's
good
a
information.
boring one though, so I get it. But yeah, so again, if we just to reiterate, everybody gets approximately 4 minutes to get as many laps as they want, as they can, to get the best time they can. But you're sharing with 3 other people. So there's 4 people on the
Yeah.
track, which is not a lot.
It's not
4
it's
people on the
nothing, bro.
entire track, not a lot. You
They're
guys can
like 40-second-ish
laps.
laps.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you'll have
average
10
across.
seconds apart from every person. So every
Uh-huh.
10 seconds, one person goes, or
Mhm.
7, 8, whatever it ends up
Yeah, it'd
being.
be a good enough gap that, if you catch them, it's because you're faster.
Right,
You're
so
not gonna
pass 'em and
catch
keep going.
And pass
just-
them and
just
keep going.
because
Yeah,
you're
and
starting
everybody
on the
already
button.
knows, like, hey, if Brady's coming up on me behind, bro, listen, you're going to, know that he's qualifying with you, and 2, you're going to know that he's up your ass, bro, because you'll hear him, let him pass, bro. Actually, don't even do it. Just keep racing, and he will pass you
Oh,
on his
no,
own.
you don't-
Stay
you don't-
on-
Most
you know.
people will, most racers will be able to pass you. Just keep going, dude.
Well, and I would say I think it's important, like during qualifiers, it's like I feel like you shouldn't be defensively racing.
Nah.
Just let them pass you.
Yep.
You're both gonna have better times if you're not on top of each other. So just let them go because it's not worth it.
And I think the guys that are like the guys like Brady, he's not gonna go out and try to bang out 8 laps.
No.
Because there's no way his 8 lap is going to be faster than his 3rd lap. His legs are going to be shot.
Yeah.
So even those guys, the 4 minutes, I think they're going to find is a very long time.
It is.
Yeah, it's a long time.
30,
It is, dude.
What was it, 36-second laps?
Brady did 31 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
I
just
think mine
say
was like 50
he
seconds.
does 35s, right? That's like 8 laps he can almost do. There's no way he's going to do 8 laps. He's going to
not
bang
at
out
the
his
intensity
best
of the
ones.
first couple.
He's going to bang out his best ones, and then guess what? He's going to peel off the track. And he's going to be like, I'm good. I got my lap.
Yeah.
I got my lap. Like
and then eventually there's no point in straining your gear, straining your legs, risky injury.
move
Like
on.
just get off the track,
Move
honestly.
on.
Yeah.
Now, if they do feel like I got to keep going, you got an opportunity to hit 8 laps. So maybe I'll eat my words.
I know I'm wiped out by 5. By the 5th lap,
Yeah.
dude, I'm praying.
Well,
to baby
yeah,
Jesus that I
at
get
the end of a
pull off,
final,
bro.
it's a lot. That's like that's why we talked about adding like increasing the lap
I would
time.
love to do like 10 laps.
10 laps for a final?
Oh
my
my
God.
God. These dudes out.
Like a long race.
You would
That'd be
really
pretty
actually
dope,
have to pace yourself, bro. The start would be crazy, and then you'd see dudes file in, and they would just run a single line, bro, for like 4 or 5 laps.
Mistakes.
Yeah.
Because people will
And then
start
it would be
making
the
little
last
mistakes.
2 laps, bro. Would be like fucking shit show. Ooh, let's do it, dude.
I think 5 laps I think is good,
It's
but
funny.
I would love to see a long format race of like 10, 15 laps, and that'd be pretty cool.
Like an endurance race where they have to do like 10 miles.
I still think long distance racing would be
Fucking
cool.
Christ, bro.
Right?
10 miles, that'd be
God.
wild.
10 miles
dude.
in loops. That'd
Like
be
an
almost
hour and a
30
half.
laps.
Of,
30
like
laps.
An hour and a half of straight
my
riding.
God.
My
One
back hurts
full
just
charge.
thinking about this, guys.
one full charge. Just
Everybody would have to be on an
so
endurance,
boring.
bro.
Dude, it'd be terrible.
Actually, it'd only take 15 minutes.
Yeah, it would be
No,
that
if
bad.
he's going 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They'd be minute. I don't know.
I wonder how many
I don't
laps
know. Oh my
Mario
God.
or Brady or like Fessy Poo or like Rux could put.
Fessy Foo.
Fessy Foo? Oh, my bad. I call him Fessy Poo.
Okay.
Anyways,
He's
fucking.
he's like a Pooh Bear.
Hey, I didn't get to talk to him very much the first year, but like last year, I got to actually sit down and chop it up in the little. He knows a lot,
He knows
dude.
a
And he's
lot.
a very
Yeah,
good
he
dude,
does. He
and
does.
he's like, and he's a tip my hat to him. I like him a lot. Where was I going with this, bro?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I fucking lost it. Oh yeah, I wonder how many laps they could run in a row at 35 seconds.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
You know,
Like 4. You know, I bet.
I bet you they
5.
could bang out.
You know, it would be fun to watch the pros do knockout rounds. So if there's 8 of them.
Okay.
The last position gets knocked out
Yeah.
every
Every
lap.
Oh,
You're out.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
If you're in
That
last
You know how
place,
you get
gotta
out?
pull
You
off.
get tackled.
Get fucking shot with the
That's how
gel
we take
blaster,
you-
bro.
That's how we take you off the track. You just, or like one of those things that comes out of the door,
Martin-
like the punching box.
Fucking
You
Martin clotheslines them, bro, and
Oh
that's how
my
they
God.
stop. Night night.
Dead.
You want to go night night?
All right, so the rest of our week, Jacob, you're going to be at Con tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going on a vacation.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't get to snowboard this weekend, but it's been kind
Ah,
of dry up there. They got
yeah.
a huge storm this week, but I was like, whatever. Maybe I'm going to Colorado instead in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then next week's our last week with Martin.
Mm-hmm.
It
The
is.
lead battery tech
gonna
gets
be weird.
replaced with our new guy.
Yeah,
I heard he's throwing us a party though.
that's cool.
Martin is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's celebrating leaving.
I'm going
He's
on
like,
to bigger,
"Finally."
better places, bitches.
No
All
more
right, dude.
batteries.
Yeah, dude. He's
Yeah.
going.
He
He's going
is-
to a real career, dude.
Let's
so
be
that's
real,
super
though.
dope.
He's done hundreds of batteries.
I bet you
God.
he's almost built. Oh, I don't want to say
He's built
1,000.
more Esk8 batteries than the vast majority of the entire community
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
by a lot.
Oh,
by a
ton.
lot.
For sure.
He's
He-
built well more batteries than I. He's built.
I
mean,
know there's days where he'll bring me 4 or 5 batteries a day.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does it.
What
he
the
cranks,
fuck, dude?
He cranks them out.
Did you pull these out of your ass, homie? Where'd these come from? The fuck?
It's a bunch.
And then the next morning, there's another 3 right there. Like, where are you
Like
doing, dude?
he's probably gone through
Boxes of Molly, dude.
16 to 18,000 cells.
Yeah,
if not
boxes.
Probably
of
more.
Molly, bro.
Yeah.
I bet you more.
Boxes, dog.
It's been a lot because we would buy. I mean,
You guys
It doesn't
buy.
matter.
Probably,
You
yeah,
got-
it's a lot. Oh
it,
my
he's
God.
guys buy-
probably. I bet you it's 30,000.
We
or
buy
more.
boxes, bro. Yeah. Let's just say.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
He will
but-
be excited to go to his new career, I bet you.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm very sad, but I'm happy for him. Yeah. So this week's been wild. So
Killer replacement. So he's going through all the
Yeah,
training with
our new
Martin.
guy
Yep.
gels with the
Chris.
shock, bro.
Yeah, it'll be good.
We'll see.
Yeah, good dude.
He's learning, right? I mean,
Mhm.
although they come from the same industry, and he has background in batteries. It is a whole new
different.
process for him. So he's taking what he knows, he's applying it, to what we do, and then we're adding on the, all of the detailed items. And
our new guy he definitely has done a lot of repairs in the past, but has not done a lot of end-to-end building.
Ground up, right.
So most of the steps are very easy. Like you glue cells, you put fish paper rings, but it's just like going through all the steps and like making sure each one's done.
Yeah.
It's not very hard.
Ahead of how many I'm gonna make, like all of it. They run their own department,
right?
They're not just a one person that does one station, and they don't start with a battery and then work through the whole thing, until they're done. They're working on 5 or 6 different batteries at
doing one
station,
procedure,
and 5 or 6 different batteries at the next station, so that way things get batched,
right?
And it's a different process than. Most people think that, I'm just going to sit down and make a battery. He doesn't just sit down and make a battery.
No, it's not that at all.
Throughout the week, he'll hand a couple at a time because he finished all 3 at the same time.
Right.
And it's a different way that we do it versus the hobbyist, versus a real big factory that they have 15 people
assembly
that do
lines and
15
shit.
different things, and they just
Yeah.
Here, I do the spot welds, you move it on, you do the paper, and you move it on, and like that's bonkers.
Yeah.
But
it's wild.
we have our system,
Yep.
And we're keeping true to what we like, bro. E-skaters by E-skaters for E-skaters.
Yeah.
Chris is an E-skater, so
yeah, Chris skates too. So
so it's always nice to have that E-skater.
I guess we're saying
bro.
his name now. Fuck it, whatever.
Well, they don't know his last name, but there's
he's just not officially hired yet, but it's fine.
Right.
Probably 9 million of those out in the world.
He's gonna do a good job. So
yeah,
we just got to get him off that stupid fucking board he's on.
Yeah. See if he'll give it up.
In time, it'll come.
Okay.
It's the remote thing, it gets everybody.
Yeah, it does, dude. It's all right.
Big
you get over it.
We'll show him the power.
Well, remember when we never mind.
Show him the power.
Quick,
he needs to ride a mountain board.
Quick couple updates on Esk8Con.
Oh,
really quick.
Here we go, guys.
We have. Should we check to see how many tickets we have available? I believe we're down to. I want to say we're down to like 15 race entries left.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm not positive though, so let's find out. I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi. My bad.
Get on that
power
MBoards
outage.
5G
There we go.
Do we
HZ,
have
bro.
a count of total vendors yet? Not necessarily names.
We have
total.
15. We have 15 race entries left. So those will go by
135.
Isn't that crazy?
Jeez.
That's wild.
So many people.
So our vendors and sponsors, we have actually I could cut to our boop. Okay. Boop. So here we go. We got A-Stack, Board Bumpers, Gecko Derm, of course. We've got our Hoyt. Oh, of course, now my screen is frozen.
Damn.
Just a count. Do you have just a
Technical
count?
I think we're over 20 now. I don't even think our
already.
website's necessarily even updated all the way. So we've recently just had, I think,
It's like 5 ads.
5 like as of like the last day or two confirmed. So we're getting there, but we've got a lot going.
We got the invites going out in waves too, so that way we don't just like last year we literally sent out 300 emails or something in the same day, and it was like, oh god, this was such a bad idea because we got so many responses and just different responses and questions.
A lot of them are auto responses from their support emails, so it just like clouds
our
up our
email
inbox.
just got blasted, and it was like that was so dumb.
Yeah.
Next year we're gonna go after it in waves. The folks that we had year 1, let's contact.
They
them
always
for
get
year
the
2.
emails
We
first.
Contact them first, and we're kind of doing them in waves basis. Do we really think these guys are coming? Some have even told us, don't even send it until the month before because we just don't know.
Right.
Okay, so we mark it down. We say a month before you're gonna get your invite. If you want to come.
Yep. So that's our week. I mean, our week was chaotic, but nothing too new. But hopefully, with the timing system and a few updates with Esk8Con, hopefully we're on the right track now. We got 80 something days left, I think.
Yeah, I think we're at like 85
yesterday.
Yeah, we're at 85.
Yeah, we are at 85 days as of Thursday. So
well, I know a lot of the
83 on Saturday.
We got a little word that a lot of the companies are talking about Esk8Con, so that's really good, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just really, it's growing with the vendors. It's growing in the race community.
Yeah.
What's crazy is we sold every single sponsor slot this year.
Yes.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And in the 2 years prior, I think we had only sold 1.
I think the first year we sold 1 bronze.
Boreas.
Just Dallas's
and he got right up front at the entrance. He was like, "Why'd you guys put me up front?" We're like, bro, because you're a sponsor. Like,
Yeah,
you got
dog.
the best seat in the house.
Yeah. Come on, bro. What, do you want to be in the back corner or
Like,
what,
you want
dude?
to put baby in the corner?
No, you're
Flux
not
Movement might have given us sponsorship money too. Actually,
this year.
No.
year one.
Yeah, they.
Oh no,
I don't think so.
They just got a big booth. They got a
they
big
just
booth.
got the
You're
big
right.
booth. They got the big old quad.
I remember that now.
Yeah, they just had a big booth.
Yep. Now year one's blurry now, which is
Year one
crazy
is blurry,
because that was
dude.
so clear for a long
gosh.
time for me. But now it's
Remember-
Go back to that.
You guys remember what Dallas said?
What
Year
Dallas?
one. Fuck, I hope people show up.
yeah.
Year two. Man, how do we get more people to show up?
Mhm.
Year three. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. I hope so.
I hope so too. I
Yep.
mean, so far so good. I mean, we're gonna at least have 150 racers at the very least.
I
Yeah.
think next year will be our last year. No, I'm just kidding.
Right,
I was
so
like, what?
Everybody show up.
just-
I'm like, we're already planning
think we're
next
done.
year.
yeah, what are you
I
talking
know.
about, dude?
We
We've already
already
started
finished.
planning
We
2025.
got 2 tracks for
Just becoming
2025.
an
Yo,
animal.
2
Just
tracks for
becoming an
2025.
animal.
That's gonna be
That's
awesome, bro.
so. I kind of was telling Jacob yesterday while we were kind of driving around on the buses and the Teslas
We were
at
like
CES.
location scouting at
We
the
were
same
just
time.
like, how many years is this going to go for? Because like it's starting to become like it's like a beast to do it every year. Like I like doing it. Don't get me
Right.
wrong,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of effort. So like I hope we can keep like scaling this to what it hopefully
CES
is.
gave us
And
this
keep
like
us sus-
weird
and keep us
perspective to
sustainable.
look at, all of the logistics that go into it. And
Right.
it's just like, obviously this event is not as big as CES,
Right.
but there are elements to everything. Like they have to deal with trash, right? Think
Yup.
of the
Right.
amount of trash that they have to take
I
out
know.
on a daily basis from this
Mm.
place. And I didn't see an ounce of trash anywhere on the ground.
No, it was clean.
I didn't see anybody walking
Clean.
around picking up trash. Like it was just clean, right? But you know that this place was just tons of trash a day.
Yep.
Last year, there was something we really didn't take into account.
No, we didn't.
So
Trash,
by
we did
Saturday
not at all.
afternoon,
Dude, our truck was full of
cans
trash.
were full, and we're looking around like, what do we do? So like those little details, become like just amplified. So
Yep.
all of the things they have to do with the bus routes, with the Tesla routes, the ticketing guy I thought was super cool. When you walked up, everybody was kind of guiding you where to go, and right before you get your badge, this was the most excited dude you were gonna meet all day. He was so happy that you were there to get a badge.
Okay.
He was so happy.
Yeah, I get to get you your badge,
Hey,
bro.
fellas, so glad you guys are
Who's
here.
fucking ready for
it
a
was
badge?
like seriously like a cheerleader, and just so you could get your badge. He was very helpful. Anybody that was looking around like, oh, I don't know what to do. No, I got you. And just having conversations. Imagine he had to do that for like 9 hours.
Mm.
He had to be there 6 o'clock
Probably
in the morning
for 5 days straight.
for 5 straight days. And where does he
Listen.
practice? Like
No, that
does he
man
do-
was
It's just natural. Dude.
that
he
man was
just-
messing
he just
around is
did
what
it.
was
So,
happening,
like,
bro. All right.
they, even something as big as CES can find the person that needs to be in the spot. They need to be. The
okay.
logistics that are involved are just
Yeah.
like crazy,
Mhm.
crazy.
And like
Well-
we've dealt with a lot of these same. Like it's funny though to see the same logistics stuff happening. Like it's all the same. It's just a
Right.
different scale.
Scaled up.
It's just
Right.
scaled up, but it's all the same shit. Like it's
And you
it's
start then
interesting.
looking at the details, right? And you see some of the booths have like a letter that's like fallen off, or the carpet doesn't fully get all the way to the corner, so it's duct taped, and you're like, it's not
Huh,
not
they're
a
not
whole lot of
perfect.
different than
Yeah,
ours
they're not
either.
fucking
Yeah.
Like,
perfect.
this whatever $10,000 booth you have is like, I mean, it's not that impressive,
Right.
Like who's like ultimately they have to set up their own shit. They are
Mm.
paying for space on a floor. That's all they get.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of setting up stuff, when are we gonna have the vendors show up at Esk8Con to set up all their stuff?
Thursday.
Thursday night.
Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday.
Thursday
I
morning,
don't remember,
all
but
day.
that's the
Okay.
podcast is not where that information will come
All
from.
right.
for them.
Sorry.
They'll
The
get-
question popped up in my head, and I was like, oh shit.
It's
Did I ask this yet?
I can't remember exactly the time. It's in our
Okay.
schedule.
Because I keep forgetting that we're opening up Friday morning, bro.
yeah, Friday morning,
Yeah.
first day.
3-day event. Friday
So
morning.
Thursday, literally.
Well, at 11:30,
anybody
right?
who shows up Wednesday, if you go by the lot, it's gonna look like a lot,
Yeah.
and then it's all gonna happen on Thursday.
Yep.
So like it's gonna be
Might
completely
see a
transformed in
street
one
sweeper
day.
there on Wednesday, but that might be about it.
Yeah, we might do a street
Street
sweeper.
sweeper.
Street sweeper. Street
So we'll
sweeper.
see.
Street
We'll see
sweeper.
how- we'll see
I
how the
went, so
condition
we
is.
officially get possession of the lot Thursday, but I think we're gonna go there Wednesday and do a lot of like cleaning, chalk marking, like spray chalk marking to get all the marks done. So when we get there Thursday, it's just boom, go
Mhm.
for it. Everything's lined up, everything's marked out. Get the track off the trucks, get it built up, and it should be
I have
really
a
good.
feeling we're going to be doing that on the weekend before.
The weekend.
I think by
Oh,
Wednesday we're going to be.
you're right. we're gonna be actually Wednesday. It's our loading day.
Have to do it that weekend.
Yeah, loading the track up and stuff.
Yeah,
Also, I mean track.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
But it'll go from looking like a totally normal lot with probably cars in it to Esk8Con in 24 hours.
I was gonna say, I think we did it last year at least a week ahead. I went out and marked.
Yeah.
Have we talked about how we're probably gonna have a list for work help?
Yeah. So we will publish.
Because I keep trying to get us some Home Depot helpers, dude. No. You guys aren't letting it happen.
It's just too far. It's too far out to try to schedule this because that's just gonna turn into
So
we are thinking about doing something like that.
We'll post it a couple weeks before the event. It'll be like a little job board about like a shift of volunteer work and what you get. So we might have cash. We might have like parts. We
might have a set of Nexus trucks.
Yeah, we'll offer some like whatever it is. We'll MBoards or whoever I
might be signing up for some extra work, bro.
No trucks. Bro.
Okay,
we'll see.
Get a Maker XD 100. That's dude. Just saying. I'm
If
it
was up to James, bro, everything would be given away.
We would give away a couple things, dude.
That's what.
I do like to give away things.
But for real though, we're gonna do like a job board. You'll be able to sign up for certain 2 hours of help, and you'll get like a set of maybe a set of tires or something, and that might be worth it to you or not. I don't know, or whatever the case may be. But I think if we get 10 people there to do the track, it'll go quick.
A set of tires is like $100.
It'll go really quick, right? That's what I'm saying.
You show up and work for 3-4 hours, bro. That's like $20 an hour. You're getting
That's
paid.
what I'm saying. And if you're already there on Thursday looking for something to do, want to help out, then you get something out of it, and it is what it is. So we'll do some sort of sign up.
There'll be enough going on
because we really just need help
putting tables out and chairs. It all sounds so trivial, but literally that would take people 20 minutes.
I feel like we're gonna need help building the track out, loading, unloading.
But you can only have so many people doing it all,
right?
You can only have 2 people in the truck, chunking the plastic things. You can only have the trailer is gonna have to sit. The trailer's not gonna drive around in a circle while we unload it.
It would be awesome if it did.
The trailer's gonna get parked it's gonna get parked right in the middle.
Okay,
and we're gonna have to make a driveway that he can get out. But then we're just gonna have to start hauling them. So the ones that are 250 feet in the other corner,
that's where they're going first.
That's where we're hauling.
Okay.
We're gonna have to just slowly build the track around. People will kind of be going a bunch of different directions.
Yeah.
But the hard part is keeping that red white.
Yeah.
So you got to have a start point.
Right.
You can't just double up reds and then say, "Oh no, I am not standing for that."
Yeah, we can't have. Last year we had 2 of the same color right next to each other, and I had an aneurysm.
I spotted it every time. Every time I'm like, "God, I hate that spot."
Somebody fucking fix it right now.
But you can't.
You can't. You have to tear the whole track down.
Screw it up. You gotta.
It's done. You either have to push it out and expand the track,
wrap it around
in the middle.
It just wasn't gonna work. Cut it.
It was what it was. It wasn't a big deal.
But fucking Mike said about had an aneurysm every time I seen it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm most excited about is to get the last year's track out of my fucking warehouse.
Yes, it takes up so much space.
What are we gonna do with it?
I don't know. I want to sell it.
I want to throw it away, but you guys won't let me because you have to sell it.
I spent more money on that track than I will on this track this year.
You did.
If anybody wants it, you just gotta pay for shipping. So
yeah, or just come
palletize it. Just throw it out. You just gotta bring a small U-Haul and you can take it home.
Yep.
Oh, it's the smallest U-Haul. It'd go in the bed of a truck if you had a cover. But yeah, if anybody wants it, just
at this point, I'm keeping it until we have the other track in hand.
Yeah.
So we have a backup plan. Otherwise, because I know if I get rid of it, something's gonna happen to this track.
We'll be throwing cones on the ground,
and it'll be tragic.
Imagine how
we'd be fucked.
Much shit we would get if it was just set up in cones,
oh my
bro.
God, people would be so mad.
Well, we could do metal rails. Those.
God,
I know, huh? Hey,
that was year 1, dude.
Chest height,
guardrails. Oh my God, that was year 1 too.
That was year 1, but they were only knee height, but some people did say
that could have been a neck.
That could have been so bad. I don't know what we were. I mean, we just needed.
Listen, sometimes you just got to make shit happen.
Go for it. We just had it. We sent it, man. Yeah, but it was what it was.
Community of senders.
Yeah. But no, this year's I'm so excited, dude. Okay, well,
all right.
I think that's our week, guys. It's just kind of like some maintenance episode, honestly. This is just we're keeping the episodes going. We really want to try to do one every. Do we have a perfect year already, or did we mess one up? Did we miss one already?
No, it's only week.
What week is
week
it?
3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're
good.
I
don't remember what week we're in.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. We did our year in review, and then we did our rules, and then we're doing this episode. I'd like to try to do a perfect year.
I want to do it. And maybe for can we just make the goal 6 months? For the first 6
No, 1 year. I want to do the 52
year.
episodes, dude. I want to do 52 episodes this year.
Okay.
And we need to just do our best to make sure the content in each episode's good. Like this one, not the strongest episode in the world, but there was still a lot of things we needed to do.
It's entertaining.
Yeah. Sometimes people Sometimes people don't mind just listening to a couple dudes chop it up about Esk8. Maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't always have to be about Esk8Con or MBoards. Like it could be other shit. Like you know what I mean. Like my belt fell off the other day, and you know what I did?
Your pants fell down?
No, on my Esk8, dude. I did that. Funny story about that. Anyways, you know, so you know how a belt will fall off, and you're like, oh fuck it. Well, what do? You just flip it over, right? Because like sometimes it stretches itself when it comes off. You ever had that happen?
Oh,
every once in a while,
you're
I'll throw
saying
a
like
belt,
the belt rides up on the
off the pulley, and then they come off each other, and you throw a belt. Well, when you do that, you twist the belt around. Now, technically, you're supposed to throw that belt away because as soon as you put it back on, it's going to throw itself again. Well, you can flip that belt over and get a couple more weeks use of it before it throws itself again.
How does that even work?
It's not. It's
like
not
teeth
really,
out.
Okay, you guys have never thrown a belt.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You guys
so
are like making me feel like I'm talking about something.
He's saying the inner,
your
inner
belt,
side.
the motor pulley,
the fucking motor pulley, and the wheel pulley, bro. On the electric skateboard, there's a belt that pulls both of them, right? And when it gets thrown, it gets stretched and mangled,
but only on one side.
Only on one side.
He's saying like the inner side is stretched more than the outer side.
All
so
right,
if you turn the belt around,
so
he's not saying flip it inside out.
Yeah.
He's saying turn it around.
Turn the belt around. So, anyways, you can take the belt
around
and turn it around. And you get a couple more weeks use out of it. Or if you don't know, that's sometimes belts get thrown and shit like that. I don't know. Now I feel like I fucking completely lost everybody, including myself. Now I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
I'm trying to think of an inside-out timing belt here.
Yeah,
like,
no, dude. If it was
tricky.
inside out, it would not work at all. There's no teeth.
Don't try that.
Do not do that, bro.
That's the Jacob.
I think you should try it. Because guess what's gonna happen?
So why do belts get thrown?
I don't know. Good question. If we knew.
I throw honestly, my belts when I over tighten them.
A pulley flange that's not tall enough. But you can only make them so tall before they're obnoxious. So it is what it is.
A hard enough vibration, probably, or a like hitting
piece
something.
of debris.
Yeah,
doesn't take. It doesn't.
A rock.
Personally, I've never thrown a belt.
I've thrown 3 or 4.
Shit ton of them.
Yeah, I've thrown 3 or 4. But it's I always notice that I do it when I'm carving really hard and I hit like a curb or something or a drop and it like fucking catches the belt and like yanks it off.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because the motor starts spinning and the wheel starts spinning faster and I catch, bro. I think
like
in my head,
a GoPro right on it when it happens. Like try to pick it up.
That might help.
I would love to have a 360 mounted to my board at all times.
I think that's the right one to have right now.
I think the 360 is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We keep saying we're gonna buy one, and then we just don't buy one.
Dude. You said you could buy it and write it off for the company, dude.
Dude, everything's a write-off. What do you?
I know, and you keep teasing me with it, bro.
I think trying to explain what a write-off is to James has been the hardest thing.
It is. I still don't even get it. What is a write-off, bro? You guys make it sound like you get free shit, and you don't, dude.
It's revenue minus expenses is your net profit.
Okay, hold on. Let's do some lady math right now. So technically,
and then that's what you're taxed on. Okay. So the more money you spend, the less money you make, the less money you get taxed on.
Equals free shit.
It's not free.
No, it's not free.
It's just less profit. Okay. So at the end of the day, I still spent the money.
Yeah.
It's not like I got a camera for free. I just didn't pay taxes on the $300 that I spent on the camera.
So instead of spending it at $300, technically you only spent $250.
No. You still spend all the money.
It doesn't make any sense.
You spend all the same money, but you pay less on.
You just pay less on the taxes
because at the end of the year you don't get taxed for your overall revenue.
Who pays taxes?
So if you make $100,
you guys pay your taxes?
Let's simplify this for you, bro.
Right.
If you make $100,
I get it.
revenue,
I'm just talking shit. I get it. I get it.
Yes, we pay our taxes, and it's terrible.
I know.
Taxation's terrible.
I don't pay my taxes. Uncle Sam can get that, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I pay my taxes, dude. I love living in the United States. It's probably one of the greatest countries in the world. And if I have to pay my taxes to keep living here, I will. 100%,
Good for you.
bro.
What a patriot, dude.
Yeah, dude. God bless America. Anyways, there's our show, guys.
I think is that a Swiffer handle? What is this?
What is it?
Oh,
yeah, it's a Swiffer handle. Has that been here the whole time?
I don't know, dude.
It's just been chilling there.
It just shows that we like to keep our shit clean, guys.
Hey, we try. Well, actually, Jacob tries.
Jacob tries.
No,
me and you
don't really.
No.
But all right, guys.
You can see the other side of these cameras.
Oh God, it's tragic. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching so much.
Yep,
guys, thank you for being here again. And we'll see you next week.
We're out.
See ya.